Hey, it's Jim Ed with the Improvement Channel. I just got finished installing this soft close Kohler toilet seat. I'm going to show you why this is the one that I picked for me and why it's probably right for you. Same thing with this Luxe Bidet. Very, very inexpensive way to have a bidet on your toilet. DIY friendly. I've had some higher end smart toilets. I'll show you why this one is an excellent value for you. Also, a little mistake that I did make, I mentioned Andrew at Insightful Deals. I didn't put the Insightful Deals part. Check him out over there. Go like and subscribe his YouTube channel. He's trying to get things going over there. And hey, while you're in the like and subscribing mode, make sure you've liked and subscribed to this YouTube channel to catch more insightful things like this, as well as some smart aleck things that I might like to throw out. We'll catch you on this one and hopefully the next one. Today we're putting in this soft close plastic toilet seat and why this is the one to go with. Also, we're going to be putting in this Luxe Bidet and why this is the model you're going to want to go with. So as you can see here, we've already got the old toilet seat off. Get your wife or significant other to go ahead and clean the toilet like I did here. And if you don't know how to take off the toilet seat, you can refer to my previous videos like how to dig a hole, or one that's coming soon is dedicated to the Lancianis. And that's a review channel, a buddy of mine, Andrew, on how to key up a drill, how to key up a drill bit in a keyless chuck. So some stuff like that. If you don't know how to do that already, hopefully you do. So let's get rid of the instructions in the box. Let's get right to the seat first. This is Jim Ed with the Improvement Channel. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe. You've gotten this far through, you might as well stay and watch. And most of you viewers are new and need to learn how to subscribe. The first thing we're going to want to do in installing this toilet seat, I've already done it here. You just bend this over. This Kohler model is very nice, great brand. I like the plastic over the wood. Wood seats were here already. Wood seats are nice and cold. If you like nice and cold, stick with those. We do not, so the plastic warms up a lot quicker. You simply just drop these in like so. The only tools you're really going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver and I used a box cutter to cut a strap off. So that's the box cutter and this is the screwdriver. So really all you have to do is push this down and then it grabs the nut that's in the silicone already. And just get that started a little bit there. We're going to get that started a little bit here. And I would say we are probably reaching into the 90s as far as how far we are along with this install. We're almost done is what I'm saying. So the toilet seat's done. All you got to do is tighten it up, straighten it up. But we're not just doing a toilet seat today. We're putting in a bidet as well. Now, so we're kind of starting into something totally different here. There's two ends to this. One end has a screen on it. The other end does not. This is the fourth one I've put in today. If you're going to do this, replace it, put a new seat in, unless you just love the one that's there already, then you don't have to. If you're going to do that, all you got to do is loosen these to add this in. But what you're going to want to do is put this side into here. And the reason I know that is not because it's in the instructions, is because this is the fourth one I did today. So what I did was I did it for all the bathrooms. And yeah, we've got 4 bathrooms. It's okay. I'm sure you're doing fine. You've probably got 5. It comes with this piece on here. You can tighten that in. Now, if you put this piece on here, it will fit, but it's harder to get started. There's not as much threads here. This is made for the other side. Again, the directions. You're watching this video. What do you need the directions for? And while we're talking about things you don't need like directions, this also comes with a free travel bag. So be sure to give that to the person who cleaned the toilet for you. So back to the work. This is so easy. You notice the screwdriver is the only thing I said we need. That is still true. We haven't used anything but the screwdriver so far. We're going to screw this right onto here. And see, you can see this is metal. These metal threads will not get messed up. Oh, there's one other thing that you're not going to need. It comes with some Teflon tape. These are compression threads. Why are people using Teflon tape on compression threads? I don't know. People do it. It doesn't make sense to me. That's what the rubber seal's there for. Speaking of rubber seal, there must be a rubber seal in here. If this rubber seal is missing, look around in the bag. It's in here. It just come out in shipping. That must be in there. That's what's going to make the seal, not the Teflon tape. I'm sure you're going to throw something in the comments for me telling me how stupid I am, but that's okay. That's what the comment section's there for. All right, all the rest of this stuff is just different shims and stuff that you're also not going to need, because hand tight is going to get it with this unless you cannot key up a cordless drill or need instructions for that. Then you might use that wrench that's included. Now, cut this off earlier. So after you cut it off, what you also want to do is flush. I've already done that as well. That's going to relieve all the pressure. You will get a few drips most likely, so have a cup and a towel. So I guess I lied. There was some more tools you needed, a cup and a towel. But Phillips screwdriver and something to cut with, a pair of scissors or box cutter. Okay, there's our drips. That's about all we're going to get. The whole tank's not going to drain or anything like that. It's going to be super easy. Okay, so we're going to move that out of the way. I like to do this part first. Again, I've done 4 of these today, so I might know what I'm talking about. So we just take and thread this on here. Thread it by hand. One little tip that I figured out after the first one that I like this to be facing the toilet. And the reason why is it gets this line out of the way. So when you're finished with when the product is finished, and see how you can kind of maneuver this around. I like to get that about as tight as I can within reason. I mean, if you're super strong, don't go too crazy. But I like it facing kind of in the toilet, toward the toilet, and you'll see why. And then this just hooks up just like it did before. There's a rubber gasket in there. I saw it. You probably saw it on camera. It's a little bit of a reddish-orange look. We'll tighten that up. And see, this is going to want to move. So I'm going to put my other finger right here, my hand right here, and just kind of hold it and get it about as tight as I can. All right, that's great. Okay. Now, see how it's kind of facing that direction? All right, we're 90% done with this part now. See how easy that was? So 90 and 90, we're in 180 of 200. So we got 20% left. You just simply put these under here. Here's another nice thing about this is that we're going to kind of negate this part a little bit by adding this, but this is what they call a P-dam. This keeps the men in your family, or especially the young men, but maybe the older men as well, from urine from getting back behind there. But this is going to, like I say, kind of negate that a little bit. We've got a little silicone washer we got to get past. All right, we're past that. We want to kind of square this up like so, and we want to get it a lot tighter. Now, we're not going to crank it down too tight yet. We're just going to get it close because we're going to do a little bit of final adjustments. And as you're getting it a little tighter, you'll have to reach under this other side to kind of hold that nut. It'll kind of grab sometimes, but sometimes it won't. But when you got your hand on it back here, you can kind of tell when it's getting tight as well. Straighten that up a little bit. Do the same thing over here. We're entering the last little bit here, the final turn, if you will. All right, everything's looking good. Now, this is straight. What's going to happen if you don't have this straight? You're not going to line up right when you sit down on it. And don't worry, I'm not going to take my pants off to show you, but I am going to show you how this works. So hang in there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock this down. You don't need to get it as tight as you can, but you want to kind of get it on there because you got some heinies that's going to be hitting this thing and wobbling around on it. So you don't want it going anywhere. All right, we're nice and straight. Everything looks good. We can lock this down back here. Click, click. Soft close like we want. We will not be hearing toilet seats slamming down in the middle of the night. Everything's set. We've got feminine wash here. There's 2 jets that'll come down, one for feminine, one for regular wash. And some people that may not know much about these might think, well, oh, that's kind of gross, multiple people using this. These wands do not get touched by anything. There's a guard right here. See this guard? There's 2 pieces that come down below that to spray this direction. So let's just check that out. I'm gonna put my hand up here so you can, got to turn the water on. Last thing you do is turn this water on. Now, if you don't have a newer system, this might drip while you've got all that going on, but you've got a towel and everything down here. And now's a great time just to wipe every little bit up down here. And then what you're going to want to do is come back and check later and make sure we don't have any water down here. So you need to check all your connections. I'm not responsible. Hire a plumber if you can't do this. If you flood your house, that's not on me, that's on you. Do this at your own risk. But this is a fairly friendly do-it-yourself project. All right, we're going to turn this on wash. Okay, so you see you get a wand that comes out here on this side, which is my right. If you flip it over to feminine wash, you get the left side goes out. And it's a little different spray. And this right here shows from minimum to maximum how hard you want it to spray. Now there's a model that doesn't include a 2 wand. You only get the 1 wash. The rear wash is more aggressive in every way, whether it's on barely on or all the way on. But this is going to get the job done. There's some other models that you can get that you can go hook to under your sink and grab the hot water. But think about this: how long does it take hot water to get to there? So you're going to have to run some water through, wait. So just go with the cold water. That's what I recommend. You can get all this done for less than 1 crisp Benjamin Franklin. So that's the seat and the bidet. I think that's a steal of a deal. If you've never experienced it, you need to make it happen. Make your neighbors jealous. Get you one of these. Let them ask you all about it.